All right, guys, it's movie time. What are we watching tonight?
Final Destination Bloodlines. 6 franchise.
So, yeah, we'll see if it's worth watching in the theater or not, right?
Death is coming for our family.
I said, oh, 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 oh.
Grandma, what's happening to us?
Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do.
Maybe death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Good luck.
All right, so Final Destination Bloodlines, the sixth in the franchise?
Sixth in the franchise.
Sixth in the franchise. So, I mean, worth seeing in the theater? I mean,
Yes.
As a thing, I'd say yes.
Credits
I mean,
just rolled. The audience liked it. It's much more comedy. It's an action horror, if you will.
There's a lot more, yeah, there's a lot more comedy.
Yeah. You're here for the kills.
Right.
Or the deaths, as you should say.
Right. And kill count, I mean, ultimately there's only 15 on-death kills. On-screen kills, excuse me, on-screen kills. There's a lot of, like, middle of the road that you don't actually see the full, like, there's only actually 15 deaths in the whole film.
But you know they're dead.
I mean, there's a whole room full of people that are, like, in the, yeah. I mean, can't, but because it's not depicted, technically there's only 15. Jay, you were saying that you'd watched the franchise this week?
So I went through and watched all the previous Final Destination movies. I'd never seen any of them. I will say they all kind of blended together, watching them in such a short span. The first one was solid. I will say this was an improvement over the last two of them, so it is worth a watch in theaters, I would say.
Definitely brings a good bookend to the whole series.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of pieces that tie things together and gives a roadmap, if you will, of the others. Because, like, you have films in the previous in the franchise that tie back and forth. Like, the second one's a prequel, the third one's a prequel. Which one's
Fifth one's
one's prequel. So this thing is, like, even more of that than... It's not as direct a prequel, but it's definitely set up that way. A lot of CGI deaths, a lot of CGI blood.
A lot of CGI.
But it's not too... it's not out of control.
It's not distracting.
No.
You know what's going on.
Yeah, it's not out of control like Evil Dead, although I love Evil Dead for practical effects.
Right.
Even Army of Darkness TV series, Ash versus, it's fantastic. But yeah, no, as far as event...
Or not even as bloody as the last movie we saw, Fight or Flight.
Oh, that's true.
Check that one out, too.
No, yeah, Fight or Flight.
From the world of John Wick.
It is.
From the makers of John Wick.
No, it's a bullet train on a plane.
Yeah. But anyway, we digress.
Yeah,
Back to Final Destination Bloodlines. Yeah, check it out. It's a fun watch.
Do you feel like you watch it if you weren't... So Jason, yeah, you hadn't seen any of them until this week. Do you feel like you need to see those to make this movie make sense?
Not really. You can go into this one blind and understand what's happening.
Yeah, it's standalone.
It does call back to some of the previous ones. Not too much. There's one returning character. It wouldn't hurt to watch the first one if you have time. So I would recommend the first one at least. But you can definitely go into this one blind.
Right.
First one does set up everything.
Does, but you wouldn't be required to watch it
Right.
if you haven't seen. So.
You wouldn't miss anything.
It's a good send-off for Tony Todd. If you're a fan of Candyman, this is the last film he did, and they have a memorial for him at the end of it. And it's a good send-off, so that was cool. Yeah, overall, worth seeing in the theater? Yes?
Definitely. Check it out.
I must be